Hayakawa says that apparently recognizing that the world of people in which he lives could not understand or accept that, understand why he's choosing an apple over Taco Bell, or not being angry when everyone else in his family has been angry. They don't understand or accept this. And since he has no wish to hurt people or to fight them over trivialities, the fully functioning person will go through life with a good-humored shrug and the best possible grace. So the two things that he will deal with in life with people who don't agree with him or are different than him because they're conformists. He will have, or she will have, a good-humored shrug, oh well, not everyone's like me, and the best possible grace. The self-actualizing person, however, never allows convention or societal norms and societal expectations to hamper or inhibit him from doing anything that he considers very important and basic. Say, for example, he lives in a man lives in a society that tells him, when you get angry, get very violent and hurt someone. Well, he would not allow that convention to inhibit him or hamper him. He would still express love and express his sentiments, even though somebody would say, well, in our society, that is being a girl, that's being a homosexual, that's being whatever words are meant to pin him in and bring him back into the societal expectation. He would not allow that to inhibit him. He would continue to do what he thought was best for himself versus what the society was telling him. Get this down. He can take his culture or he can leave it alone as dictated by his deepest inner needs. There are some things that he can say, yeah, occasionally I'll go and sit and eat at McDonald's because I internally really want to go and be with this group of people right now. Or he can leave it alone. He can say, I don't really need to buy anything. I'll just sit here and be with my friends. Depending upon his deepest inner need, whatever things he was trying to be true to. One of the next big ideas in semantics that we have talked about before is that human beings are symbolic. We're a symbolic class of life from which insight follows our generalizations about the relationship between symbols and what they stand for. Because we are a symbolic class of life, much of our behavior, many of our needs are symbolic in addition to being functional. Reading again from Hayakawa's essay, let me illustrate this in a humble way. When we are hungry, of course, we must eat, but we often eat at more expensive restaurants than we can afford because we hope to symbolize by this choice of our restaurant our high social status, and we want to avoid the distasteful low status symbolism of the modest restaurant where the food is better and the prices are lower. For example, what he's saying here is everybody needs to eat, right? As human beings, we have a function, we need to eat. However, that function also has symbol to it. So I could drink this coffee right here that I brewed at my house, or I could carry in a Starbucks coffee, and that would have a symbol status attached to it, right? I could eat at, what's a really high-class, great restaurant in Derby Street Shops? Burton's Grill. I could go to Burton's, dine on the patio there, want kids to see me there and think, look at her, she really is doing well with that high school teacher paycheck. Or I could, I don't know, grill out with some friends and not necessarily need that status symbol. We need clothes, right? Yes, we do. But do we need the status of what they represent? Many of us will wear the polo, will wear the Hollister, will wear the whatever brand is in at that time, not because we want to not be naked, but because we want to say something about ourselves. And he's saying that the fully functioning person does not get those mixed up. Read this with me. To those whose symbol systems are fixated and who have no self-insight, Eating at the most expensive Burton Grill restaurant in town is success, while eating anywhere else is social disgrace. So they're mixing up the symbol with the thing symbolized. For the symbol fixated people, this kind of identity equation holds for all other social symbols in the way of conspicuous consumption, social rituals, and social behavior. So it goes into all the different things. It goes into who you're stuck hanging around with, what car you drive into school in the morning, what neighborhood you live in. For the symbol fixated person, the symbol is the thing symbolized. If you're driving a Lexus, well, it is saying you are rich. That's saying that that person is insane. These are the people whose self-respect is absolutely dependent on the kind of clothes they wear, the kind of car they drive, the kind of society they are seen with. For these people, clothes or cars or country club membership or social ritual are not symbols, but they are ultimate realities. So he's saying here that the insane, quote-unquote, person deals with symbols how? As if they are the real thing. Good. Because it's not that the country club membership represents their wealth. It's that the country club membership is their wealth. It doesn't just symbolize it. It is most important. If you know the difference between a symbol and that which is symbolized, if you've truly internalized that the map and the territory are different things, these are the central ideas of semantics. Once you have come to realize that never to have been invited to join the country club or the cool group in school does not mean that your life has been lived in vain, and per contra, it also means that you are able to dine at the country club when you have to, without acting as if it is going to kill you. So, both sides are accounted for there. It doesn't mean that you can't ever go to the country club, that you can't live there in the country club, but it means that you would have evaluated your means, your methods, and your value system as to why you're wanting to be in that group of people, you're wanting to hang with that person, or that social status. Take a look. In general semantics terms, the optimum relations of an individual to his culture can be stated as follows. Since the map is not the territory, since the symbol is not the thing which is symbolized, the semantically well-oriented person is primarily concerned, this is so key, is primarily concerned with the territory and not the map, with the social reality rather than the social facade. So the person is not interested in looking like they have great relationships. They're interested in what? Good. They're interested in having great relationships. They're not interested in looking like they have a lot of money, spending all their money on Coach bags and products and Lexuses and huge mansions. They're instead more concerned with actually saving their money, actually saving, or, having something in their wallet. Okay, let's go over B1. How does he react to people who are not sane? The sane person, when he meets up with somebody who's not like him and is, a conformist, is like everybody else, going back in your notes, how does that sane person deal with people who are not sane? Right, shrugs it off, deals with them in the best possible grace because he doesn't really want to hurt anyone, right? The sane person has no desire to hurt other people's feelings, and knows, not everyone is going to think like I think, so I'm not gonna attempt to fight over trivialities. And the second question, B2, how does she effects of living? Think of a girl who is fully functioning. How does she deal with the symbols versus the reality? Tom?
A semantically well-oriented person would create their own version of their reality.